Staying at home is necessary and an unavoidable measure to ensure societal safety and well being in the face of COVID 19. But for many domestic violence survivors, the safe haven of home simply does not exist. Regardless of whether or not the government decides to extend the MCO, it is critical to take measures to protect domestic violence survivors. Such measures include assuring survivors that they can escape, encouraging bystanders intervention, and increasing access to shelter and other support services. While WAO initially saw a slight decrease in hotline calls and WhatsApp enquiries at the start of the MCO, we are now seeing an increase of 14%. We have a steeper increase in WhatsApp enquiries relative to hotline calls, which suggests that survivors feel more comfortable sending WhatsApp messages instead of speaking over the phone. Some reasons for this trend could include close proximity to the perpetrator, which makes phone calls riskier, and the lack of credit to make a phone call, and of course, the increased popularity of WhatsApp messaging. Firstly, the government should do more public service announcements to assure domestic violence survivors that they can escape during the MCO. This is a concern among survivors as we have received many calls from the survivors asking whether or not it is acceptable for them to escape during the MCO. Such public service announcements also send the message to perpetrators that they can be penalized for their actions even during this time. Secondly, the government should include shelter services in the list of essential services. The fact that shelter and support services for domestic violence survivors are not listed as essential services has made it harder for staff to get supplies for the shelter and to meet women who need urgent support.